I mean, every time I look at this thing, it's just like, what? What's up, guys? This is Chris. It is Thursday, February 6th, and we're gonna hear for a garage update to let you guys know about all the builds and everything cool that's happening here in the RestoMods garage. First and foremost, what's happening today, it's the last day of 4x entries to take home RM29, this ridiculously overpowered 1969 Chevelle, and $50,000 in cash. Bonus entries are really the only kind of special we run at RestoMods.com, and this is our biggest one. Our last 5 winners all got in during a bonus period. This is the biggest bonus period. So if you want the most bang for your buck, head over to RestoMods.com before midnight tonight and claim those 4x bonus entries, and you could take home this incredible 69 Chevelle and $50,000 in cash. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about what's going on in the garage. So I'm gonna spin this camera around. We've got Chris Esparza, who runs this garage. He's gonna walk us through some of the builds and cool stuff we've got going on. So let's see, where do we wanna start? These dogs, these are not RestoMods.
These are the dogs. So some of the
stuff over here.
Yeah, over here is what we've been spending most of our time on. So this is our 67 Chevelle that we've had back for a little while from paint, and we finally started getting parts in there. So now the engine is in there. It's the 427 from Blueprint. We have a GM 6-speed automatic going in there, a CVF accessory drive. We got our Phytech intake manifold on. I'm really hoping that we can get our hands on one of their new carbon fiber ones for this. That would be kind of,
oh yeah,
that would be kind of cool. But yeah, so we're just starting to put parts on this thing and plan some of the build. We got like the bulkhead for the AC connectors are here. You know, you can see our column mount went in. We got a little bit of door handle action finally. So just little things we're gonna start chipping away at. We're mocking up a trans tunnel. We got a brake pedal painted and ready to go in. So we're starting to assemble this car again, and this will be the final time this thing all goes together. It's all painted now, so now it's just plumbing, wiring, and everything else. Glass, doors,
just
interior.
Plumbing, wiring, and everything else.
Everything else.
Don't forget, it's also sitting on this Roadster Shop chassis,
yeah.
Which is gonna make this build really special. I'm super excited because being on a chassis like that, it just really anchors the car in a way that you're not even used to in an old car like this.
It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Every time we've had a car that's on a chassis, it makes such a huge difference. Like the Art Morrison chassis on the 69 changes that car. It's just so much more drivable. It handles really good. And this is almost a level up from there. And we mini tubbed the car here in-house before getting it all painted. That way we could tuck a big 335 tire in the back. We have a Curry center section in the 9-inch, Roadster Shop Penske coilovers. So this car has a lot of really good parts. We're gonna start putting Willwood brakes on it. We'll get a custom set of wheels and tires. Interior.
Yeah, I was just gonna jump in and tell people, don't worry, before you jump in the comments and roast us, these are not the final wheels and tires.
Not the final. They're not the worst, but they're not the final.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we've been working on concurrently with that is the 68 Charger. So you guys probably seen this thing in the background a lot.
It's usually up higher.
It's usually just on a storage rack up here, but it's finally getting some love, which is awesome. So we got all the QA1 front suspension in. The Hellcat is now mocked up and in there. We're doing a ton of mock-up right now because it's gonna go out to paint, and we wanna make sure we're not doing any cutting or welding afterwards on a painted car. Hood does clear. We
checked that.
We checked that. We did a test fit on the hood. Transmission clears. This is getting the 8-speed automatic from a Hellcat, so that's kind of a big deal. That's a new one for us.
That's like what's in the modern Challenger Charger, right?
Yeah, and that's actually a Hellcat specific transmission too. So it's all geared and set up for it. But yeah, so we are just getting everything mocked up to make sure it all fits and figure out what we want to do with some of the plumbing, wiring, routing before it gets all painted. And
this is not a chassis car because it's a unibody, right? But this is the body that we got from Mopar's 5150.
Yep.
And it's got some extra special goodies that can handle this power load.
Right, yeah, so this car has had a lot of bracing in the unibody, so you can even see some of the extra plating. This is all from a company, I think it's called US Car Tool. And then there's even like plating up in this section. You can see the welds going through where they welded up all new bracing. It's got torque boxes, it's got subframe connectors, it's been mini tubbed. The rear leaf mounts have been relocated, and that allowed us to put the QA1 4-link in, which is what we're mocking up right now. We got a really cool Curry 9-inch center section. And you can see this is on QA1's mod shocks, so really high-end shocks. And we're getting ready to mock it all up at ride height and weld in those upper brackets for the 4-link. So we're hoping to get this thing as a full roller by the end of the week, sitting on its own weight with all the custom suspension, with the Hellcat mocked up in there and the transmission mocked up in there. So that's kind of the goal for this week. And then we got another car back from paint.
We got stuff over here.
Yeah.
First though, the 75 Ramcharger keeps moving around the shop.
Yeah.
This is of course the YouTube giveaway truck. And if you haven't seen the videos on it, go check them out in the channel. This thing's absolutely incredible, and just every time I see it, every day it gets a little better. Like the rear view mirrors are on now.
Yeah.
They're still sagging a little bit though, right?
Regan's been chipping away at this a bit. The biggest change I think visually is gonna be a new set of lift springs. So we had originally gone with a 2.5-inch lift spring on it. And with the big block and everything, they started settling, and we didn't have enough clearance for these 35s, and we didn't want to cut the body up. So we bumped it up to, what lift is this now, 6-inch?
6-inch spring?
Yeah, so 6-inch leaf spring lift, and then we'll get it leveled out with the back. He actually got a set of 1-inch spacer blocks in the back to level out, and it actually looks pretty good. I don't mind a slight nose up stance, but this is gonna be another one where when we drive it and it settles in, the leaves do settle a little, and we'll dial it in from there. But he's been cranking on this thing, and it's just looking better and better.
Yeah.
The fridge is in here just waiting to get installed.
Wiring's going in.
Yeah, he's working on wiring. You got
here.
a column going in. He's been doing a ton of research on gauges and just different electrical things so that he's got everything dialed in for this.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be awesome. Good job, Regan.
It's coming along. It'll get there.
It'll get there.
It'll get there. Someday it'll be there. What is this thing?
Okay, this is
The
what
Batmobile.
we're calling this one El Chingon. And we didn't come up with that name, but it has a Wagner built 427 with a Whipple 3-liter. And the place we bought it from had those custom valve covers already made for it.
And
So
it's a badass Camaro.
This thing has been dubbed El Chingon, and it really is a badass Camaro. It's on like full
pulley.
TCI front subframe, I believe. So it's a custom subframe with coilovers. This thing really handles responsibly. It's got a rack and pinion, big brakes. I mean, it's just got all the good parts. That engine's probably good for 900 plus horsepower. It's got a 6-speed. It's got some TMI stuff in the interior that we're not sure if we want or not, but it's nice.
Oh, let's ask the commenters.
Okay.
What do we think about the TMI interior? I don't know. What do you not like about it?
So I'm leaning more towards like a nice Recaro seat with a little more side bolstering. These ones are comfortable and they work. The interior is pretty nice in this car. SV Body and Paint just repainted this whole car for us. So it was black, but it needed a lot of work.
Didn't it have stripes before?
It had stripes. We deleted the stripes, which is a nice clean look.
Very blacked out, smoked lenses,
Yeah,
everything.
added some chrome back into the car, so it did not have chrome trim, chrome bumpers, chrome handles. So we wanted to tie it back in with the wheels and give it a little more classic look. So just did some minor updating. We just got a new fresh set of tires. These tires are from 2018. So I've said in videos before, we don't like running a dated tire. And I think some people thought I meant like an old school looking tire, but really by dated, I mean the tire is literally old, you know, like it's not safe at this power level.
Not safe at all.
Like I like to say at this power level, but yeah, not safe
What
to
are we
be,
supposed to do? Chug a beer or take a shot every time
Take
you
a
say
shot,
at
yeah.
this power level?
So we got some fresh tires for it. We're gonna put those on next and drive it a little more, shake it down, see what other improvements we wanna do, but this will be a giveaway car. This thing is too cool not to give away.
Ooh, you just let the cat out of the bag. This is another future giveaway, another Gen 1 Camaro, another supercharged Gen 1 Camaro.
6-speed supercharged. We really like that LT4 car.
Yep.
You know, the Gen 1 Camaro, the size of it, it feels very sporty. They're very responsive, they drive nice, and then you put a ton of power in it, and it's just a badass Camaro. So, El Chingon.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's crazy. Someone's going to take that home. But before that, someone's going to take home RM29. This is our current giveaway right now. It's live right now. And like I said, 4 times the entries end tonight at midnight. I think it's Thursday, February 6th.
Correct,
Does
yeah.
that sound right? So if you're watching this video later, I apologize. You've already missed out on 4 times entries. Oh, we're going to pop the hood. There's the real money maker. I mean, every time I look at this thing, it's just like, what
It's so special. It's so special, and that's what makes this car really. It has a lot of good stuff going for it. Even without this engine, this car stands out as being really.
That's what I was just saying in the live. Like even if it
Yeah.
had like a normal, you know, whatever you want to put in there, you know, an LS, whatever
Yeah.
you want to put in there, this is still a ridiculously nice 1969
really nice.
Chevelle. It's so cool. So yeah, I mean, someone's going to take home this 1200 plus horsepower beast. They're going to be RM29. We'll put them right here on our winner wall. Here's all of our previous winners since we started giving away cars back in 2017, all the way from RM1, all the way down to our most recent winner, Sam Moore, who took home that beautiful Hemi Cuda. And we're looking for 28. We'll put them right here, and that could be you, but you got to claim those entries at RestoMods.com. If you do it before midnight tonight, and then again, if you're watching this video later, I apologize, you will get 4 times entries to take this car home along with 50 grand. I think that's it. That's a wrap on our garage update for February 6th. Say goodbye to the people, Esparza.
Keep having fun with cars.
Oh, that was a great outro.